here, a very good friend, who will explain things to us a bit, and then also talk a bit about Ramadan and fasting and all that. So stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Elle est trop dans ma tête, la demoiselle m'impressionne. Elle est trop gicolo, 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 c'est elle qu'il me faut. Elle m'a tué, c'est elle la go du resto. Oh, 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 oh. Je ne sais pas comment lui dire qu'elle me paye, qu'elle m'en sorcelle tous les soirs pour mes rêves. Je ne sais pas comment lui dire, mademoiselle, vous êtes très belle, et comment on vous appelle. Je ne sais pas comment lui faire comprendre que pour moi elle est devenue un cœur à prendre. Et pourtant, je traîne dans le coin tout le temps. Je passe mes jours au restaurant et je n'arrive même pas à lui parler. Oh. Ah c'est honey, honey, you the crazy ma tête. Mademoiselle m'impressionne. Elle est trop gicologie, 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 gicologie. Oh, oh.
Même histoire, de l'envie du matin jusqu'au soir. C'est toujours la même histoire, à laquelle on dit jamais au revoir. Elle a plein d'astuces, elle est belle, intelligente, je me sens minus. Vu que ma vie est un film, je lui donne le premier rôle. Intempérie en moi, c'est le cyclone, mon torse qui se bombe, mes larmes qui inondent les yeux. Non, y a pas de mots pour elle. Seul devant mon miroir, j'ajustais mes paroles. Devant la go, moi je perdais mes paroles. Oh, 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 Cupidon, où sont tes fléchettes? Allô, allô, appelez-moi la fée clochette, non. Everytime dans ma tête, la demoiselle m'impressionne. Elle est trop gicologie, 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 gicologie. Oh, 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 oh. She the gicologie, oh, 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 oh. Elle est trop gicologie, oh, oh.
Quand les mots pèsent au bout des lèvres, le cœur supporte.
C'est toujours la même histoire. Oh. La cola, elle est trop gicolo, gicolo, break bamba, koboro. Baba, babiride, kozom, kozom, kogororo. Baba, babiride, babwe, kozogolo, bise, babwe. Oma, oma, oma. Alors de break bamba, koboro. Oma, oma, oma.
Baby, I like you. Baby, baby, I love you.
So that was too fun from Togo, Emmanuel Adebayo. I know this is one of your biggest groups that you love. Good morning to you. In the studio today, I've got three gentlemen from the Full Gospel Businessmen's Fellowship International, the Anita chapter, joining me in the studio. Before I even talk to them, our dear friend Irene Asante is being buried today. It is, you know, our hearts go out to her family. It is a big loss to all of us, and our prayers are with you. May your soul rest in perfect peace. Anyway, you're welcome.
Thank you.
It's an honor having you here.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself to us then.
My name is Nana Yao Berima Banye. I am with the Adenta chapter of Full Gospel, and I am the secretary.
Yes, please.
And I'm Emmanuel Mate, the president of the chapter.
Yes, please.
My name is Prosper. Hey, I'm the vice president of the chapter.
Okay. You know, I like your group for one thing. You always meet over breakfast or dinner, or you make it look so nice and so relaxing. It's only men, of course. It's men's only, right?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
So, Full Gospel Businessmen Fellowship International, as Anita said, we are from the Adenta chapter, and Full Gospel. We said Full Gospel because we believe in the totality of the gospel, and we said we are businessmen because we are in the business for Christ, and also we are professionals. Every member of Full Gospel is a professional in one business or the other. So the gentleman here, the first gentleman is a public relations man.
I see.
I'm an IT consultant, and Prosper with me is a banker.
So it's not a church?
No, it's not a church, and we don't intend to become a church now or even in the future. Full Gospel is made up of people from different denominations. So we have the Roman Catholics, we have the Methodists, Pentecostals, Charismatics. And when we meet, because there's no denominational barriers, we are very free, we break loose. Full Gospel was established some 62 years ago in California, USA.
Oh.
And it's in over 100 nations across the whole world, and every continent of the world there's Full Gospel. And in Ghana, we have over 100 chapters. We call chapters the various localities where Full Gospel meets. Full Gospel likes to meet in hotels, as you rightly said.
You know.
We like food. In fact, Full Gospel businessmen, the whole vision is that Full Gospel wants to bring men where men like to meet. Men like food, so over breakfast, over dinner, over breakfast, over dinner, we bring the men together, and they come to meet. And just in the course of breakfast, in the course of dinner, we have one of us tell their full story.
Let me come in here. All of you are business professionals. You know, sometimes I say that it's great to belong to an association and mingle with one of your own, so that you know how it feels. You feel more relaxed in that environment.
Yeah.
Okay. What you discuss during those meetings, I'll come to your objectives, but what you discuss during those meetings, is it strictly biblical or Christian stuff, or it goes beyond, and you bring like business issues, family issues, marital issues? Does it cut across?
Yeah, it cuts across. Indeed, we speak around all subjects of life, and we mix the religious aspect with the social and economic aspect. So in our daily seminar meetings or weekly seminar meetings, we have people coming to speak to us on economic issues, family issues, I mean, even branding yourself. I mean, it's all over. We mix all sort of things, accounting, budgeting.
I see.
And we do all sort of things, and it's really, really refreshing, because that is the reality of life.
It is the reality of life. Are women welcome to eavesdrop?
In fact, indeed.
Are we allowed? Because we would like to know what you think. We like to get into your psyche and know what you think. That was just by the way,
yes.
Don't mind me.
No, indeed, women, we call them women, ladies of the chapter.
I see.
We bring our ladies to be part of Full Gospel, because when the women know what we're doing, there's peace in the family, there's peace in the home. So
absolutely.
we carry
I totally agree.
Yeah.
They say that the men say they are the head, but we are the neck.
Yes.
So let me, you don't agree with that?
I agree.
Are you sure you agree?
Yeah,
All of you?
We agree.
I do agree.
We agree.
We are the necks, we are the necks of the family. So what really were the objectives, putting this group together? What were you hoping to achieve? Because there are lots of organizations, or if I may call it that way. So what are your objectives, Full Gospel?
Yes, Full Gospel has a six-fold objectives. And the first one is that we reach all men in all nations for Jesus Christ. So we use the word of God to go and convert people who are in the world to come to Christ.
Yes.
To call men back to God. You say all have sinned and have fallen short of the glory of God.
If you say men, you mean both sides?
Both men and women. Yeah. To reach men and women back to God.
Great.
To help believers to be baptized in the Holy Spirit and to be able to grow spiritually. This is also one of the objectives. To train and equip men to fulfill the Great Commission. Our Lord Jesus Christ, before he ascended on high, he said, go into the world and preach the gospel to all nations. Whoever will believe and get baptized, he will come unto me. So this is one of the objectives that we have as a full gospel,
Great.
to provide an opportunity for fellowship in the body of Christ. And the last one is to bring greater unity among all people in the body of Christ. So these are the objectives that we have to be able to get people to come back to God through the fellowship.
Okay. It's like I said, it's wonderful to be part of an organization. Sometimes, you know, you don't want to go to any particular church. You just want to go mingle. And this is quite a wonderful group. They've been around for over 60 years. So it's quite a wonderful group to be part of. So it's open to everybody.
Yes.
I can just walk in, or I need to be like a professional or something.
No, it's open to everybody. So far as you are doing a legitimate job, it's open to you.
Legitimate. Yeah. So they're having a program coming soon. So please give us a rundown.
Right. On the 2nd of August, that's our first anniversary. We started a year ago with...
The Adenta chapter.
Adenta chapter started about a year ago with just about 225 members. And today, we have about 65 PIN members.
Okay.
So on this first anniversary, we want to thank God for how wonderful He's been with us.
Great.
And then celebrate that particular day.
Wonderful.
I hope, as you just said, as the president said, we're not a church, we're a service arm of the church.
Great.
We help bring more men to God. That's all we are about to. And don't forget that we are the happiest people on earth.
You are the happiest people on earth. Full gospel members?
Yes, we are the happiest people.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm
then,
heading straight there.
I'll tell you why.
Let me come down with our program for that
Yes,
day.
please go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Our main speaker that day is Mr. Kezia Abrahams.
Okay.
I think he's a professional and he's loaded to share his experiences with us on that particular day.
Wonderful.
We meet at Pantine. The program is at Makeland Hotel. That is at the Pantine Junction. Anybody who knows Pantine Junction, just as you turn off the main road to the Pantine, into Pantine, is the hotel on your right. I think Lemon Green Hotel there. Yes. The program is 8:30, and by 11 we are done.
We are done.
So we are inviting all members around Adenta and its environs to be part of us on the 2nd of August.
2nd of August, at the Micklin Hotel near Pantine.
Pantine.
It's a lemon green building. You can't miss it. It starts around
8:30.
8:30, and by 11:30, 12, they're done. And they keep to their time. So if you want to be there, it's not 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30, 10. Never happens. It's 8.
Yes.
You have to be there.
And to add to that, too, let me do a little public relation with. Every Thursday we meet.
Okay.
It is every Sunday. We have our breakfast meeting on every second Saturday of the month. The first Saturday of the month is our breakfast meeting. And on every Thursday, we meet for our seminar meetings at Luxury West Hotel.
Wonderful. So the 2nd of August at the Micklin Hotel near Pantine, Lemon Green Building.
No, 2nd of August.
2nd of August, yes, 2nd of August. At the Micklin Hotel, Lemon Green Building near the Pantine Hospital, you can find these wonderful gentlemen there and the organization and be part of it. Anybody can be part as long as you have a legitimate business. That is all it takes. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we go quickly?
Yes. Full Gospel is unleashing potentials in men, and I want to invite everyone who has heard of Full Gospel to come and be part of us. Come and see how the Superman in people are being unleashed, marriages are being healed, professionals are going out and being better leaders at their workplaces, and it's so amazing that people go back to their churches and
are better
they are better people. So a lot is happening there. Come and see what God is doing with mere men becoming supermen.
Wonderful. I just want you to give them a quick word. Today's world, they say women, what men can do, women can also do. But I always believe that it doesn't matter how many degrees a woman attains or how much education she gets, she's there, and the man is always the head. That is my philosophy. But most of our men, sometimes maybe they're doing their best. They are doing their best. Career-wise, it's not moving on. He's got a family that is dependent on them. The wife, there's a wife, there are kids, nothing seems to be going right for them. And in a depressing state like this, I know that your organization has something to offer to a person like this. So what would you say to people who find themselves in this sort of situation, especially men, the men?
Yes, and that is exactly why Full Gospel is formed. When we meet, we have people to tell their stories. We don't preach in full gospel. We tell our stories. You see a lawyer, a carpenter, a businessman coming to tell his story. And you see that it resonates with, as he tells his story, it resonates with you, a professional also sitting.
Yeah.
And you are saying, wow, if this man can go through this and God can bring this man out of this situation, this is how he made it, then I'll be able to make it also.
Yeah.
So it's something that encourages us a lot. And when we meet, we network. You see people networking among each other. I mean, business opportunities. And then a lot is
Do we have to
happening.
pay money to be part of it?
No.
It's free.
It's free. The breakfast is free.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And then just to add what the president just said, as an organization, we have different departments that help run organization. We have prayer and counseling, whose focus is to address some challenges that people
Are
need,
facing.
that they can really help them to out. If it's counseling that would need spiritual, physical, social, depends
There
on the
is
level of
somebody
counsel.
there to
There's
help you
somebody
out.
here to help you.
Okay.
Because we are full-blown professional men.
Okay. Well, will the secretary have any final words, or we've said it all?
Well, I would want to say that people should come and taste and see that the Lord is good.
It's good. So 2nd of August, I think it's a wonderful opportunity. Those of you who are there, you know, it doesn't seem to be going well. You need some connections. This is a place where you can go and get all those business connections. Meet all the people, the right people in the right places. So 2nd of August, 8 a.m., Micklin Hotel, Pantine, Lemon Green Building. Don't miss it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Anita, this is
That's for me.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
this is a
Thank you.
voice magazine with the stories of people.
Thank you. Okay, let me just pull it to the side
Yeah.
a bit. And yeah, thank you. I will be right back. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll be right back. Congo.
Right, thank you.
رب صل رب سلم على طه المعلم نبع خير شمس حق من السماء. You're the light of my eyes, you're the answer to my cries, you're the dawn that chased away my darkest night. وإن لم أراك يا حبيبي عين روحي دوما تراك نور من الله كي يضيء لنا الحياة. يا حبيب قلبي يا محمد يا إمام دربي يا أحمد يا شفيع ذنبي يا طه عليك صلى الله. يا حبيب قلبي يا محمد يا إمام دربي يا أحمد يا شفيع ذنبي يا طه عليك صلى الله. فاض شوقي كي أراك سأل دمعي للقاك في جنان الخلد نلحق بخطاك. I will cross the widest sea, I will climb the highest mountain just to drink from your hand by the fountain. ومن سواك.
Okay, so that title is a bit strong. You're welcome, and salam alaikum to all of you. I want to say hello to Sibawe, you and your twin daughters all the way from America. I know you're watching me this morning. Good morning to all of you. I have my good friend Sheikh Bagaya in the studio, and when it comes to these issues, he's the man of my heart that I chase after because he's got all the questions for me. He's an Islamic scholar, and he's got all the answers to my questions. But I want to say hello to the people of Zeta Hill Church. This is an amazing place where both Christians, they practice both Christianity and Islam.
Wow.
You should see it.
I think I should visit.
You should visit it. It is the most beautiful and the most serene environment.
Wow.
Somewhere around, I think, Dansoman thereabout, the church of Zeta Hill.
That's right.
Anyway, Sheikh, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Sister Anita.
So how many days more left for the fast?
I would say just tomorrow.
Just tomorrow.
And Monday is Eid al-Fitr.
Wow. Wow.
Also
Congratulations.
soon. Thank you very much.
What does Ya Allah mean? It's a word I'm in love. I know Allah is God.
God.
The Ya that comes. The
Ya
word.
is O. So Ya Allah means O God.
Oh God.
That's right.
So Ya Allah.
That's right.
I'm in love with it. I
That's
don't know why. I don't know why.
It's spiritually stimulating. Ya Allah.
Ya Allah.
Oh God, that's right.
Great, great. You fasted for 30 days?
Or 29.
29
for some of
days.
us, yes.
What is so significant about the last 10 days? I'm told that the whole 29 or 30 days are okay, but the last 10 days are very crucial to every Muslim. What is so special about those 10 days?
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, we thank Him for Moses and the Torah. We thank Him for Jesus and the Gospel. We thank Him for Muhammad and the Quran. Each and every, any of these three religions do practice fasting. It is a divine injunction on people of faith, more so the Abrahamic community. It is so because it is intended to purge you of your ills, your filth, your decadence, both spiritually and materially. When you ask the medical people, they will tell you the benefits of fasting, even health-wise. The first 10 days for Muslims is a blessing. The second 10 days is forgiveness. The last 10 days is your freedom from the punishment of hellfire. So it is very important that Muslims stand on their feet in the last 10 days. Example, some say by the Prophet of Muhammad, peace be upon him himself. Some say by a companion named Umar, on their feet and pray for the last 10 days, seeking forgiveness, most importantly, seeking the face of God.
So the first 10 days for blessings.
For forgiveness.
For forgiveness.
For blessing.
For blessing.
That's right.
So blessings from God.
From
first,
God.
First 10 days.
That's right.
Second 10 days for
Forgiveness.
who's forgiving who? God is forgiving us?
Forgiving us, as people. We have frailties, we have mistakes, we have sins. So the second 10 days, he dedicates himself to forgive
us.
every Muslim who is fasting within that period.
Great.
That's right.
And then the last 10
days, he frees you from any punishment that probably you were to have fallen into on the day of judgment.
I see.
That's your freedom.
So it means that Muslims won't go to hell? Because, I'm just asking.
A true Muslim is not supposed to be in hell. As a matter of fact, a true Muslim's place is not the hellfire. A true Muslim place is not the hellfire.
Great,
That's
great.
Right.
Is there anything that you do the last 10 days that I know that the title, the caption that you saw, we've drifted a bit from it, but please pardon us. This is most important. Is there anything that you do differently on the last 10 days that you don't do the first 19 or 20 days? Is the prayer different? Is the atmosphere different? Mood different? If
you notice in Muslim communities within the last 10 days, we've been very loud at night. The mosques are alive.
Yes.
The nights are like day in the last 10 days of Ramadan. Muslims would want to stand, pray from about 12 p.m. all the way to 3 a.m. thereabout before they have their breakfast as it is, and then continue.
From 12 in the afternoon?
In the night.
In the night, all the way to 3 a.m.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, but it depends on how you want to do it. We have different sects in Islam, and people would want to do these things differently. According to their own understandings. Some of us will be in the room, not in the mosque, but we're serious between ourselves and God. I'm
told that the angel, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but the angel comes during these 10 days and you're not supposed to sleep at a particular time.
There is one single night called the night of power or the night of destiny in which the Quran was revealed to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. It was in the month of Ramadan. And some say it is an odd night, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29. So you want to keep awake in these odd nights. Luckily, if it gets so exotic, you meet it, the angels descend from heavens onto the earth.
Do you see a sign?
There are signs that people, I don't know whether you notice, these last days have been very cold. The country I don't know elsewhere, but in Accra has been very, very, very cold.
Yeah.
Sometimes it runs throughout the day. These are some of the signs that we've been told by our scholars.
see.
That the morning after becomes very calm, very cold.
That's beautiful.
And the
So
likes.
do non-Muslims also benefit from, these seasons,
I have a friend who will say, absolutely. Once we are a community of persons,
Yes.
the good that we do emits positive vibes, positive vibrations that affects everybody in the society. Likewise, the sins that we commit emits negative vibrations that, as it were, would affect everybody
Yes.
in our community.
Yes.
So it is a blessing unto mankind. That's what the Quran put it, rahmatan lil alameen. Blessings unto everybody in the world. So in the month of Ramadan, what Muslims do is to carry, I don't know how many of us understand this anyway, carry the entire universe on our shoulders. Be responsible for the world. If you're a Ghanaian in fasting for 30 days, you have to be spiritually responsible for your country. You don't want to be selfish. You don't want to pray for yourself alone. Pray for yourself, your parents, your sisters, your friends, even
Yes.
those who are not Muslims, and pray for your country, because patriotism is part of this faith.
So if I want to ask a Muslim for money, probably wait till Ramadan because they'll give it to me, right?
It's an opportune time.
An opportunity. I should have thought of it. So I'm left with just tomorrow.
You can, as a matter of fact, you can quicken it up today.
Okay, I'm calling my boss right away, right after the program. Wow, that is wonderful. There's another thing that comes up is the issue of the fasting. I think it has to do with religion and beliefs. I think that when Christians are fasting, they don't eat in the mornings. They probably break their fast, 6 in the evening, 6 p.m. But Muslims do it differently. You wake up and break around 4 a.m., I'm told. And some people consider that not fasting. What do you say
Ours
about
is
that?
the easiest fasting, if you ask me.
The easiest fasting. Thanks for
easiest.
admitting it.
Ours is the easiest fasting. What you do basically is to actually hasten your breakfast, and then
You wait for
do away with your lunch,
lunch.
and then you do your supper later. It's
Yeah.
the easiest way to fast. This religion, as a matter of fact, like the prophet says, make it easy. Don't make it difficult.
Yeah.
Ease up on the people. Even if you lead in prayers, for example, he says, be easy on the people. If you're a president, he says, be easy. Whatever you do, just be easy on the people. This is the easiest form of fasting. Yes.
I see.
It's not supposed to be difficult at all.
Oh, okay. But it's still considered fast. So
it
you eat an early breakfast, you do away with your lunch, and then you wait till 6 p.m. But does it come to a time where people decide not to eat at all? Is it acceptable? Because sometimes Christians do what is considered dry fast.
I tell you, let me go a little deep.
Yes,
But
please.
the thing with the rituals in every religion, you see, when we stand in prayers, the bending, these are rituals.
Yes.
In fasting, you eat in the morning, you eat, these are rituals. Sometimes for people who are very deep in spiritual teachings, the rituals are not so important. It is the spirit of the exercise that is of concern to them. So you have some people who will break their fast at dark, not at sunset, at dark, when it is very dark, like after the 7 o'clock prayers.
I see.
But that again is in conformity with a verse in the Quran. But people, like I said earlier, we want to be easy on people who practice the faith, but for those who are deeper and stronger in spirit,
They can go
beyond
longer.
beyond that.
Way longer. All right. So, there's an issue that has come up, and I thought that this would be the right time to talk about it. We all know about Marianne in I almost said Cote d'Ivoire. Marianne in South Sudan.
That's right.
Marianne in Sudan, pardon me. And she had I think we have a little clip on her, just something like 30 seconds, and we'll come back and the Sheikh will answer some questions for us. Don't go away. If we are not ready, I think I'll just go with it.
That's right.
Marianne was raised, her father was a Muslim. Okay, I think it's ready. It's not really important, but let's take it anyway. Let's take it. All right, you're welcome back. So those of you who do not know, Marianne is from Sudan. Her father is a Muslim, but she was raised by a Christian. Her mom is a Christian,
That's
Orthodox,
right,
you know,
that's right.
yes. And she chose to convert to Christianity and marry a Christian. And it became a big issue, and she was asked to change her mind, you know, go back to her faith, which is her original faith, which is Islam. She refused, and she was sentenced to death, which became big news all around the world. But recently, she has been freed after she had her baby, and she just flew over to Italy and even met the Pope, and she'll be joining her husband in America very soon. So briefly, what I want to know is, what are the laws that govern the issue of marriage in Islam? If I am, well, what are the laws? Let me just leave it to you to answer that. It's broad, I know.
Very broad.
I know.
Very broad. But let me put it this way. If it is very unfortunate, this development that the world is witnessing. I've always said that sometimes the quickest way to fame is by attacking a faith. And you know, by the next morning you become a celebrity.
Absolutely.
We used to it. Salman Rushdie became a celebrity overnight after Ayatollah Khomeini declared a fatwa on him to be killed. We also saw in the Sudan, a teacher turned up, she said something about Prophet Muhammad, and she was supposed to be killed in the Sudan. The next day, she became a celebrity. We have this tendency of making people celebrities overnight. It is so because of the way we react to certain things.
Situations.
I've always said that anything that happens in Islam, let us carefully sit down, examine it, and ask the first question. If Prophet Muhammad was alive today, would he have reacted the same way as we're doing, or would he have approved of our reaction? So when you measure it and you realize that the kind of gentleman that he was, or what he stood for, the principles of justice, equity, and freedom, if you measure it on these lines and you find that it does not augur with the personality of Muhammad, please advise yourself and be a correct Muslim. So this is a very unfortunate thing. But with regards to the laws of marriage in Islam, a Muslim man can marry a Muslim lady. He's also permitted to marry a Christian lady. But the Christian man is not permitted to marry a Muslim lady. You know, the opposite is not proper.
Which one is not permitted?
The Muslim man can marry a Muslim woman. Can also marry a Christian woman.
Okay.
But the Christian man cannot marry a Muslim lady.
Why?
Very good.
Why? Why? A Christian man cannot marry a Muslim woman.
That's right.
Why not?
Let me tell you this.
I think that's the case of Marianne.
Absolutely. It's a part of it.
It's a part of it.
See, for Muslims, let me start with this. For Jewish people, you know, the belief in God and Moses is very important, right? Do they recognize Christ as a part of the prophetic community? That's another question. For Christians, they believe in God and they believe in Jesus as the Son of God. Do they recognize Muhammad as a part of the prophetic community? Now, here are the Muslims. We believe in God, believe in Muhammad, and the belief in Jesus and Moses is a part and principle of our faith. So as it were, automatically, you would give respect to anybody who's a Christian, respect to anybody who's a Jewish person. So if you marry a Christian woman, for instance, you accord her the respect as you would Jesus Christ himself. And I believe that is the twist here. If Christians today would say we recognize Muhammad as a part of the prophetic community, there wouldn't be any problem at all. And that is the argument.
But I mean, I see an imbalance here. If a Christian woman if a Muslim man can marry a Christian woman and, how do I put it? Probably introduce her to the faith. Why can't a Christian man marry a Muslim woman? She can also introduce him to the faith.
See, even beautifully so for the Muslim man marrying the Christian woman. She is free to be a Christian.
She can be a Christian?
Of course, in her matrimonial home. She attends.
So, I mean, if I was a Christian and I married a Muslim man, I can still go to church and nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. It is permitted. It is permitted. But you see, to avoid situations like that of Maryam, I remember I have pastors who are friends that I have conversations with them. You know, it is advisable for the Christian to stick to the Christian woman. The Muslim man stick to the Muslim woman.
But love here, love here.
But see again, Sister Anita, the thing with marriage is religion. If you're a Christian and you want to get married, you end up in the church. You use the Bible to conduct everything around your marriage. If you're a Muslim, it is the Quran. It has everything to do with religion. So fine, there is love, but we need to be very, very careful and tread cautiously. I've seen people who have gotten married to Christian women, Muslim men. For instance, Yasser Arafat, the late Arafat's wife, was a Christian, but that was for a political reason. You know, he wanted to find a way.
So realistically, when a Muslim marries a Christian, it gets to that point in their lives where there's a conflict of interest. Does it get to that point?
Sometimes. I've seen many. I've seen many, particularly with the children. You know, where would they end up? Are they being Muslims? Are they being Christians? And then the grandfather parents also get involved in the issue, and you know, it's a pull and drag issue, and it's not so comfortable.
A Muslim woman can be married to
a Christian woman.
No, a Muslim man can be married to a Christian woman.
That's right.
But a Christian man cannot marry a Muslim woman.
That's right.
Okay.
The argument again.
Are there consequences to this? If I am Miriam, I mean, is what happens? I don't know. The question that just jumped up in my head. Are there consequences to defying or going against this rule of the Holy Prophet?
Yes, it is so, because this is religion. You know, religion.
If I defy my parents and decide I'm a Muslim woman and decide to marry a Christian man against all odds, what happens to me?
Fine. The thing is, like I said earlier on, it is religion.
Yes.
You see, and when you consider religion as a personal relationship between man and God, right? That is different. There's also an angle where you consider a religion as a state, as in Mariam's case. You see, this issue is seriously politicized. You know, in the case of the Sudan and Mariam, it is considered, Islam here in Sudan then is considered as a state. You know, how would a state treat treasonable offenses, for instance? So in her case, it is considered as a treason against the religion. When you go back into history, the verse that speaks about apostasy itself was revealed to Prophet Muhammad in a time that Islam was gathering itself, in a time of war. You understand? So anybody who walks away would then have been considered, you know, is going to leak some secrets out to the enemy. You know, and hence the law was set as such. At that
was in a different time.
Very good. But what would you do to the same law today? That is the task ahead of every Muslim scholar. Your ability to use a book, a principle, beautiful principles, you know, that is over 1,400 years old, and how to bring them down to fit into contemporary situations and make them very useful. That is a challenge we face.
I hate these people when they do this. I just hate you so much. I just hate you. So, I mean, before I go, the question I want to ask is, the book, all religious books were written in a certain time, and some of the laws were applicable in those times.
That's right.
So we are saying that when it comes to these times, we need to find things that can match up to our times to apply.
That's right.
That's
but not forgetting that the principles never change.
They never change.
They never change. The application, yes, we can work on it, but the principles never change. Even in the case of apostasy, it is a drag and pull between medieval scholars and reformists of today. You know, all the school of thought, all the four school of thought will say, okay, kill anybody who
goes
against Islam. Once was a Muslim, the next morning wakes up and say, I don't want to become a Muslim again. Kill him. But reformers say, no, that death punishment, even in the Quran, is not seriously existing. Let's make things flexible. Let us have a way of talking to people out of problems. Let us allow people to be a lot more free, considering, you know, verses in the Quran that talks about freedom and all of that thing. So it is an argument between reformists of today and medieval scholars of yesterday.
Sheikh,
it is a very dicey area.
If I invited you next week, would you join me?
I would.
You will?
I would.
Okay, and next week, I promise that this won't happen. These people here won't be standing here to do this again. But I think that we have learned a thing or two from the good Sheikh. Keep it in mind. A Muslim man can marry a Christian woman.
That's right.
And she can freely practice her faith, depending on what agreement is between the two of them.
That's right.
But a Christian man, preferably, cannot marry a Muslim woman.
That's right.
If you go against these rules, there are consequences. Maybe the application of those consequences are a bit different today.
That's right.
But there are rules that need to be followed. And then you probably will get your punishment. Not like in the olden days, but I believe that, you know, rules are rules. They need to be followed. But the application changes as time goes on.
Absolutely.
So, Sheikh.
Anita.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining me in the studio today. You also know that he's taught us about the issue about the fasting, and the 10 days are most important. So he says that the last 10 days, I can ask any Muslim friend of mine for money. I have just tomorrow to do that. So all my Muslim friends, please expect my call. And if you don't give it to me, Allah will not bless you. Thank you, Sheikh.
You're welcome, Anita.
I'll see you next week, and then we'll
dig
a bit more deeper. I'll be right back.
King skin. Was walking on a road of sin and shame, yeah. Ignorance of the plans you had for me, yeah. I thought my life was over. You came and made me bolder. So my life I'm handing over. Lord, to you I surrender, 'cause now I've seen the light. And I'm not turning back. 'Cause now I've seen the light. And I'm not turning back. Nowadays, Lord, your love just to make I shine. Every day you did take all my pain away. Lord, your name I go praise to the end of time. I will sing of your goodness from age to age. Ain't got no free shout out, no free dance. Lord, on you I will depend, 'cause in you I found redemption. Once was lost but now I'm found. Sing the light, now I am yours, and I'm never going back. Sing the lights, and I'm not turning back. 'Cause now I've seen the lights, and I'm not turning back. Nowadays, Lord, your love just to make us shine. Every day you did take all my pain away. You did take all my way, yeah.
King scared. Yeah, boy. Hey, yo, regardless, I'll see you on this one, man. Mike Mill.
What's going on, people? It's your boy King Scared. Jesus on tour. As you can see, we're in Cape Coast right now.
They have a reason. He's right here, and he calls himself the King's Kid. And also coming up will be the choir master himself. I've reserved you, just breathe in for me, and you join me very soon, okay? Yeah. You're welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Kid. And it's quite awesome what you're doing. I was telling you backstage that a lot of your peers don't like going to church because they think that, okay, church music is a bit boring. So now you're giving them reason to go to church. They don't have no reason not to anymore. It's great having you.
Thank you very
tell me about your journey and why a young man as yourself decided to go into gospel music.
Well, actually, I've always loved music since I was born. And I think when I was around 12 years old, I got a prophecy concerning what I'm doing now, that God is going to use me to bring the youth back to church, and I'm going to be on some of the greatest stages of the world. So I was always looking forward to that. And I think 3 years ago, while I was in college, I just prayed to God and said that if it was time for me to do what he wanted me to do, he should help me out. And then it started from there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, most young men your age do not believe in this whole prophecy thing. So
Yeah.
it's quite great that you did. Did you grow up in a very strict Christian family?
It wasn't that strict, but my uncle was a pastor, and
Oh.
his church was just around. So I used to go there like a lot. So he got me into Christianity at a very early age, I think around 9 years or something. But you know, I went to high school. I went off for like 4 years, and then I came back when I was in college.
I see.
Yeah, so I asked God to help me
Okay.
fulfill His purpose. Yeah.
There's the old school music lovers, or
Yeah.
old school gospel music lovers that want things to stay
How
a
it is.
certain way,
Yeah.
how it is. And then here's a hip hop kind of person
Yeah.
who has come and is introducing Christian music in this style.
Yeah.
Did you face any opposition when
Well,
this style of music, you know, you introduced this
Even
style
till
of
date,
music?
I still face, you know, kind of opposition from people because people, like you said, want things to remain how they are. But you know, I think this is a movement, a wave which Christ is using, God is using to win, you know, the youth of the generation, because they are being swayed off by things like this. So if they can have things like this in the Christian form, then they will stay in church and they will, you know, get to use their talents. Because there are many people who really want to do Christian music but feel like, okay, this is too slow, it's too this, and I don't want to be,
That
you know,
kind
known
of-
as this kind of
yes.
person or whatever. So it's not just me, actually. There's a lot of people coming up doing this kind of music all over the world, even in Ghana.
Great.
So yeah.
Great,
yeah.
great. I remember when I was playing it this morning, one of my guys here, you know,
Yeah.
was just like going like that too. You know? it was really cool.
Yeah.
But when you go to the schools
Yeah.
and you perform,
Yeah.
what do they say? What's the reaction? Is it just enjoying the beat, or they get the message that you want to put across to them?
You know, it's basically gospel music is also the word of God. So it's just the word of God, you know, on rhythm. So while it's a declaration, like I've seen the light, I'm not turning back. It's a confession you're making, you know, because most people were in the world and then they get converted to, you know, they get to meet Christ fully. So it's a declaration like, I've seen the light, I'm not turning back. So when you're singing it, what I try to tell them is, don't just get swayed away by the beats of the song.
Because the beat is nice.
The beats are really cool, but let the message also impact your soul and your spirit. So you see people singing, waving their hands, and you see that, okay, these people understand what they're singing.
I see.
You get it,
I
yeah.
see. How do girls react to you? I'm sorry. I just need to ask, because if you were a hip hop star, you know, it would be easier. You know, you have
Yeah.
girl fans coming to you. But
Yeah.
here's a gospel musician
Yeah.
who is all, let me use the word, swagged up. So how do the girls react to you? I mean, when they come to you, how do they react?
They react just normally, you know, how
It's
they
like,
react to
I
everybody
can't-
else. But in
yeah.
this case, you get to call the shots. Okay, I'm not, you know, taking advantage of any girl because they are my fans or something. So it's the same. Women love music. They love, you know, great people, and also they're lovely people.
They're lovely people.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
totally love that. So, you know, you have girls coming to you like, yeah, okay, he's a gospel
Yeah.
artist. Let me just take it easy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your concert. Let's talk
Yeah.
about your concert.
Christ Rendezvous Concerts is a concert scheduled for 9th August on
Great.
2014. I actually planned it last year, but I think this was the right time for me to do it. And it's basically for all the youth. It was supposed to crown the tour because I had Jesus on tour from last year, May. I've been to a lot of high schools and colleges, Tech, Legon, Ashesi, almost like 10 high schools as well, telling them about Jesus first of all, what Jesus stands for. Because, you know, the image of Jesus is an image of power, an image of excellence, humility as well, and everything. So he has a lot of things which the youth of the generation and this time need to emulate.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that was the motive of the tour. So after that, we're coming with a concert called the Christ Rendezvous Concert, where you get to meet Christ himself. Those who don't know Christ get to come and meet him. And there's no restrictions. Everybody can come. It doesn't matter whether you smoke weed or whatever. Jesus loves you all the same. So just come, they come and meet Christ. But it's urban gospel. You will have fun. It's not going to be boring, I promise. You know how I do.
Movements.
Yeah, it's good.
Definitely,
You're gonna have
your head
fun.
will do some
Yeah.
movements. Absolutely,
Definitely.
absolutely.
It's
So
gonna
where
be
is it
amazing.
taking place?
Lighthouse Kodesh, that's at North Kaneshi at the Adelaide Chapel. Tickets are on sale at the gates. I think it's on the 9th of August. That's at 5 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lighthouse Kodesh.
Yeah. That's
9th
North
of
Kaneshi.
August.
Yeah.
And the title of the concert is?
Christ Rendezvous Concert.
Christ Rendezvous Concert. I think
Yeah.
there's a thing for all youngsters. I think
Yeah.
you should take your tour to the clubs. No, seriously, they will love you.
Yeah.
They will really love you. So what he's saying is it doesn't matter whether you're a drug addict, whether you're, you know, whatever addiction it is that you have, or your life is so messed up, sometimes you need to mingle with your own that will reflect on you positively. So come on the 9th of August at the Kodesh and have a wonderful, wonderful time. Anything else you want to say to your fans?
I'd just like to say thank you to everybody who has supported me till this point. And I just want, you know, everybody out there, every youth, every young person out there to take their destiny into their hands. You know, God has a beautiful plan for everybody's life. Don't depend on no government or no regime, you know, to make your life better. No matter who sits in government, you still have to work to eat. You still have to follow your dreams and your passion. So, you know, just go out there. There's something in you. The breath of God inside of you is greatness. Just find it and use it to do great things. God bless you.
You are a breath of fresh air. You know, I almost said a breath of fresh. I don't know how I was going to say. But you are a breath of fresh air. You know, I've seen people dressed like you sitting here, but the conversation, not always like this. So God bless you so much for what you're doing. And I know that you're going to impact positively on your generation. So may God bless you. And hopefully on the 9th, I keep making promises I don't keep. But on the 9th,
let's hope you keep this one.
Yes, let's hope I keep this one to come. But think about the club tour. I think it would be a great idea for them to come wanting to jump up and then they hear Jesus coming up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Coming up is the choir master himself. I'll be right back.
Highway, Chevy riding on the highway. All right, all right.
Brian Ting Ting, Brian Tietia, Brian Hodeho, Yate Yadano, Yadano. Darling, what's your problem? A bear Kayan Cantem, Kai wanna say where Chino Bieni ho. Darling, what's your movement? A bear Kayan Cantem, Kai wanna say where Chino Bieni ho. Catch them, yo, my fashion.
So 3, 2, 1, literally. Literally, it's 3, 2, 1, action now. You're welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
But seriously, what was going on through your mind as you were watching the flashbacks?
Oh, it's been a long journey. It's been a long journey. You know, it's been a long, successful journey.
Yeah.
and I haven't regretted at all.
At all.
Working with the group has been very, very, wonderful. Has been awesome. Has been, I took that advantage to train myself, to kind of mold myself into another person. It's been great.
It has been great. But the transition is quite interesting. It is quite interesting from the three of you. I remember the last time, it's quite symbolic actually. The last time you came here, it was you and him.
Yeah.
And then now, there's a guitar and then and then you. Do you miss them sometimes?
Oh, of course. Why not? I mean, we've worked together for like a decade, like 10 years. So definitely there will be some instances that, you're going to miss here and there.
Okay.
And all that.
Of course.
It's all good.
A big premiere is coming up tonight. His solo, big solo is coming up tonight. And happy birthday to you as well. It's his birthday today as well. So the big party is happening at Rockstone's office.
Rockstone's office,
tonight,
Bar.
and all that. There is a little rumor. You can decide to, answer it or not answer it.
Okay.
Did you have a problem with your last partner before you parted ways?
No, not at all.
You people always say no, not at all. But if I say take off your shades right now, look at me and tell me
yeah, I
the truth.
can't. Not at all. Not at all.
Okay, then it's true.
After, we commenced the New Testament album, which has songs like The Night Is Still Young, Adjuata, Wanti, a couple of them. And immediately we started that album. That's when one of our guys left.
Yeah.
So we said, okay, let's complete that particular album. And, because individually we had that dream of one day working on our individual projects. Exactly. So it just got to that time that, okay, hey, we've completed the New Testament album. And I think now we can individually move on.
Yeah.
So basically that's what's happening. My album is almost ready. I know for sure that Titia is also in the studio working on a very good album.
So now it's like competition.
Not really.
No, I see it as, your fans are waiting to see, okay, who's going to make it.
Oh, everybody's going to make
really,
it. Looking at the talent individually
You're
we
different.
have. Exactly. Everybody has his own unique talent. And I know for sure that individually too, the same thing is going to be smooth.
You are known as the lyricist, seriously. Yes, I know you as that because some of the lyrics you come up with are so interesting that when I told you the last time you came, there's somebody's listening to your song, it's like a story. You remember those days? Is it Obobo J. Adolfo and those people? They intentionally capture your attention from the beginning and you don't have a choice to listen to the song.
To the end.
To the end. How is life now as a solo artist? Because I keep saying that growth is necessary.
Yeah.
If it's positive growth, I don't have a problem. And this is positive growth.
Right,
You've gotten to that point where you think, I can go solo. So how is life as a solo artist?
Well, so far it's been awesome. It's been great. We dropped our first single, I think about 2 months ago, and the response was marvelous. Tonight, which is my birthday, I'm dropping 2 more singles. Pull Him Down, and then Saved by Grace. Saved by Grace was played by Bo J, and Pull Him Down was played by
For being accused of the title, Pull Him Down. People start attributing it to something,
I've had questions, on that. It's just an inspirational track. Basically, what I'm working on now are more of the inspirational songs, because looking at even my profession as a musician, we go through a lot before you come up as a big star, that kind of thing. So if you want to be focused on something and somebody goes like, Charlie, you can't make it, it's just up to you.
To decide.
Exactly, to decide and make sure that, hey, what I'm going for is what I'm going for. So PhD, Pull Him Down is something like that.
I told you, he always puts a twist to things. PhD, Pull Him Down. Like, who would have thought? I mean, come on, it's only him. Only him. So Pull Him Down, that's premiering tonight.
Yes, that's premiering. It's a
tonight.
video shot by SNES, and I'm expecting all my choristers to be there. Big up to Reggie Rockstone for giving me his place, to have.
Do you know? I'm going to tell you a secret. Do you know what I was looking for to give to you as a birthday present? I don't know what the choir they call it. What the choir masters hold.
The stick.
The stick. I wanted to find it and present it to you.
I'm keeping it for tonight. I'm keeping it for tonight because there's going to be huge choir practice, this evening.
Seriously.
All choristers are repping live.
Absolutely. So what time is the party?
From 8 p.m. Hosted by Mercury Quay. He's going to be the MC.
Hello, Mercury.
Mercury Republic, and also powered by Blue Rose Entertainment. And you know, we're still working very hard. You know, to
Absolutely,
make it happen.
absolutely. So tonight at Rockstone's office is the big birthday bash, and of course, let's come and support the choir master. He is solo right now, no hard feelings, no bad blood. You know, it's just positive, upward, forever. Obviously, you come with your guitar, so you need to play. Violin's daddy needs. How's she doing, by the way?
Violin is doing great.
And your wife is like a PRO right now. I mean, she's making all the phone calls. That must be exciting, right?
You know, she does some of my. I mean, she's been very supportive, you know, concerning this project, and I have a lovely family, and I'm proud of that.
Play something for me.
Okay, let me see. Ya wonipa da sani type bia ne awoye bia nyanife na wotimi de kan 10% yo ade papa kra obunamusio na ne obi abeka po ye nhwe ho kan ya ho beka ehyematiko ne obi abeka po ye mpa banyame ti aside ye yankunim difue na they want to pull me down, hey, pull me down. I say, down, 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 pull me down. Now they want to pull me down. Hey, now pull me down. I say, down, 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 pull me down. All the haters, all the fakers, plenty students, lack of teachers. You the rhythm, we be preachers. We making long hands stand to sleeveless. Put your forward back to reverse. Choir practice time, make you no mess.
Well, tonight, by the way, oh, compound house. You know, if you play the song in a compound house, if you have problem with your landlord, but it's beautiful. The lyrics are wonderful.
Sure.
So tonight at Rockstone's office, the big party for the choir master is coming up, and let's come and support the big premiere of his singles as well. So thank you so much for coming. Any final words?
Well, I thank all my choristers. You know, let's continue to stay united, be it a Muslim, be it a Christian. Let's all stay together as one people. And don't forget to make it a point to come for choir practice. Rescuing the Persian. Exactly.
We love you. We love you so much. And time has gone back. You know, it's gone by so fast. Thank you to Justy Fashions for my outfit. Thank you to my makeup artist and all my team who made it fun today. And to all my Muslim brothers and sisters, I'm told that I need to ask you for money before Ramadan is over. So please call me up. I will wish you all the best with the rest of your fast. God bless you all, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Elle est trop dans ma tête, la demoiselle m'impressionne. Elle est trop gicologie, 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 gicologie. C'est elle qu'il me faut. Elle m'a tué à l'eau. C'est elle la go du resto. Je ne sais pas comment lui dire qu'elle me paye, qu'elle m'en sorcelle tous les soirs dans mes rêves. Je ne sais pas comment lui dire, mademoiselle, vous êtes très belle, et comment vous appelle. Je ne sais pas comment lui faire comprendre que pour moi elle est devenue un cœur à prendre. Et pourtant je traîne dans le coin tout le temps. Je passe mes jours au restaurant et je n'arrive même pas à lui parler. I say honey, honey, you the crazy ma tête. Mademoiselle m'impressionne. Elle est trop gicologie, 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 gicologie.
C'est toujours la même histoire, de l'envie du matin jusqu'au soir. C'est toujours la même histoire, à laquelle on dit jamais au revoir. Elle a plein d'astuces, elle est belle, intelligente.